This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. Happy New Year's Eve. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Erica.
Can we get a little noisemaker or something?
I know. Something. Wow. I mean, 2020, we need to say goodbye.
That noise you just made summed up 2020.
That's good. Totally. Buzzkill. Okay, today we're looking back at some of the most memorable entertainment stories of 2020. Showcast reunions were big this year. The Fresh Prince, Happy Days, Family Ties, the list goes on. But everyone was talking about that reunion between Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston during the Fast Times at Ridgemont High table read. Well, except Jeff. Watch. I was eating it up. What'd you make of it?
That's a group chat I want to be part of. You know what I mean? I'm part of all these other ones that I don't want to be. I want to be in that one.
I feel like that was a personal attack. What you trying to say? We can easily be Schroeder out, okay?
Mm-hmm.
No, not you guys. I sent you the Bieber thing. I thought that was nice yesterday in our group chat.
I do appreciate it's kind of like a Rickroll, only we could be talking about anything in the world and Jeff will just insert Justin Bieber.
She's right.
Anything.
She's right.
Yeah.
No more from
Are
you,
you waiting
Jeff?
for me to
That's
talk?
it?
What do you guys think about it?
That's all. So that's your comments on Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt. That's just a group chat you want to be a part of? Come on, give me something juicy. Did you think they were being flirtatious?
Don't we have Shia LaBeouf's thing?
Yeah, we do.
Don't we have Shia LaBeouf's? I'm waiting for Shia LaBeouf.
Okay,
I
so
don't
you're
care. Listen, if you're still waiting on Brad and Jen to get together 20 years later,
Yes.
you're a loser.
Okay,
Sorry,
then
there you
I'm
go.
a loser with a capital L because I saw them flirting, Erica. Were they flirting in your opinion?
I think that they are really giving the people what the people want.
Because they are actors.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
man. Well, I bought it and I ate it up.
And Jane said the only thing that would make 2020 better is if Jen and Brad got back together.
Jeff, what do you make of that?
You stood on the diving board a moment
Dude,
ago.
watch some Frozen. Let it go. Let it go. It ain't happening.
Oh my God, Jeff just sang Frozen. Wow, Jeff, I'm impressed. I'm proud of you. Are your kids fans of Frozen like Sophie is?
They love it. Frozen 2, Frozen 1, freeze everything.
First of all, Brad and Jen. I'm glad that Jennifer Aniston's moved on, though. But I wouldn't be sad if they did reunite.
I don't care.
What about you, Jeff? You still don't care.
I wouldn't care, but we would talk about it every day for 2 weeks.
Oh, you know it.
It would lead us. It'd
Yeah.
be more than Lori Loughlin talked about in 2020.
And quick, who's your favorite Frozen character? Or the kids? Who are they more into? Elsa, Anna,
When we do our
Sven?
prayers at night, Lawson has this thing on his ceiling that illuminates like Sven, you know, and what's
The
the other guy's
reindeer.
name? Sven the reindeer. What's the other? Olaf. No. What's the Sven, the owner?
Oh, the owner of Sven is Kristoff.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
He goes, so we say, I'm thankful for Christoph and Sven and Grandma and Grandpa. And he looks out. Yeah, it's like,
That's a true fan, a true fan. So this year has been unlike any other, and with many of us in lockdown, we all had time to binge some of our fave shows. Tiger King was a big hit early on, and Jeff, Al, and I loved The Undoing with Nicole Kidman and Hugh Grant, but we were all stunned to learn how Lindsay watched the show. Look.
Let me tell you, and Al, I don't want to hear your mouth after this. I watched the final episode, but I didn't see any other episodes.
What?
Because, listen, it was live. I did the same thing with Game of Thrones. I'm sorry. I know, Al, this is a disaster. But my mom was going on and on about how good this show was, and I feel like I was already late. I might as well just see what's going on and go back to the beginning at some other time.
You robbed yourself.
Look at, you guys are all
robbed
devastated.
yourself.
Lindsay, that's the worst news I've heard.
Yes.
It was a book before this. What do you mean? Everybody
Did you
knows
read
what
the
happens
book?
at the end.
I didn't.
No,
didn't.
but it still was a book.
I didn't know it was
You
a
read
book.
the book?
I didn't read the book, but you know, a lot of people knew the
I
ending.
feel like Lindsay goes to like a haunted house and just goes for the last 10 feet. Like, Lindsay, the whole point of it is to build anticipation to the end. If you haven't built the anticipation, you're just watching people you don't know react to a situation you don't understand.
Yeah.
Why did you do that to yourself?
It's not about the destination. It's about the journey here, Lindsay, and you missed out.
All right, Deepak Chopra.
I appreciate the bigger message there about the journey. I know know Nicole Kidman, Al. That's not a stranger to me exactly. Not personally, but as an actress, it was good to watch her in the last episode.
Oh, you missed out, Lindsay. Erica, what would you do if I told you that I did not watch one episode of Potomac, Housewives of Potomac?
Oh.
No, wait, and only watch the reunion.
Well, that's one thing that you probably could get away with because they did very, very thorough job in Reunion Part 1, 2, and whatever else. But I would be very disappointed because you need to know all the nuance of every single cast member, and it's very important that you take this journey because at the end, when the receipts come out, they really come out, and we saw that happen in real time.
Yeah, you can't skip all that, so you're with us.
Yes.
Yes, you don't skip to the end, Lindsay. Speaking of binging shows, Selling Sunset was one of my favorites this year. In the last season, Chrishell Stause finds out she's getting divorced through a text message from her ex. Well, it turns out she's not the only one who got dumped this way. Watch.
I'm not surprised by this because I got broken up with by getting an email from Hawaiian Airlines one time telling me my flight has been canceled, meaning we ain't going anywhere, we're not together, it's done. And so that's the way that I found out that it was over. So this is not the worst of the worst. And you know what? I learned a good lesson. He ain't the one. So she needs to just move on. I understand it's a storyline, Erica, but this is not good. He shouldn't even get 5 minutes of her time.
Were you going to Hawaii?
Well, it was not the day of, but a week before. It just said your flight, you're no longer going. And since we booked together, it was a canceled reservation together.
Wait,
someone just wrote, dang, Linz, dang.
Missed a trip to Hawaii and your man text, or you found out through her airline?
That's terrible.
That is like a double whammy.
It was a low for me, a very low low.
You know what that's like? That's someone was going to go to Hawaii. They were going to get married. They got divorced. He says, we're not getting Maui'd anymore. It took too long. I was trying to do a hunt.
No, that's a good one. I like that.
I apologize.
Oh, can you imagine?
Can I tell you the best breakup going around right now? Do you know who Bruce Buffer is?
Oh, yeah, so
the
tell the
announcer
viewers,
for the
though.
UFC. So he's like, fighting out of the red corner, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
So some guy paid him, like on one of those Cameo sites, or I don't know if he just found them and paid him. I think it was $299 to break up with his girlfriend. So
Brilliant.
he's like, Melissa, you are finished. And he did his whole thing. You got to watch. I ruined it, but it's
pretty good.
hilarious.
That's pretty
If you're going to
dang
get broken up with, that's the way to go.
I would be honored.
Terrible.
No, I'd be honored. Would you be honored?
And then it goes
I would
viral.
be so happy. I'd be like, we're best friends.
And everybody knows that you're broken up before your mama even do. That's not right.
Maybe
It's
she
better than
deserved it.
sneaking around at the clubs and having your friends find out, and then you get in a fight with your friend because she told you that and he told you this.
And then there's all this drama.
Yeah.
I hear you. Okay, so we love each other here at DBL, but these guys have been known to give me a hard time once in a while. Check out what happens during a discussion about the first female free climber to scale El Capitan in a day.
I can't even look at the screen just like Tori can't look at whales. That gives me anxiety, Jeff. Can you watch like free solo and stuff?
I have a fear of heights. I don't know.
You do?
Yeah, I do. And I get like real stiff when I'm up high. I have to like ease into it. So like sleeping on the side of a mountain and climb, it seems ridiculous to me. When I watch that movie Free Solo,
Free
my
Solo.
palms
Me
sweat.
too.
And when I see that, I get like sweaty palms.
Yeah, that was scary.
Why you want to do something like that? I don't know.
It's a
but
calling.
Good
Some
for
people
her.
have to call. They're just called to climb mountains. It's just in some people.
It's unbelievable. You know, if you've been to Yosemite, you've seen El Capitan, you've seen Half Dome, and to even think, I mean, I grew up going to Yosemite every summer, and to look up, I mean, that seems like it reaches like to the heavens, those peaks. So kudos to Tori.
Or if you have a screensaver, you've also seen it.
I saw it in person.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, Jeff, you
But it's
climbed
not like
Mount
every
Fuji.
screensaver.
I was doing a USO tour really quickly, and I saw
way to
Mount
take the
Fuji.
wind out of my sails.
Well, you weren't going anywhere. You said you went there every summer. It wasn't like you parachuted off of it.
Oh my God! I was just saying how amazing it was.
Jeff,
Sounds
let
like
her
it.
tell us
Tell
about
the
a story to
story again.
Yosemite.
What?
You called it Yosemite.
What?
Yosemite.
Yosemite.
No, yo.
Okay, well, I mispronounce a lot of
Tell
words.
us about your summer trips.
These two.
Yosemite.
Tori, get back in the studio now. Yeah, Yosemite.
There you go.
Okay.
Protect you.
I wonder why I said Yosemite. That is
You said
really
Yosemite.
weird. I know it's Yosemite. I still think I say Yosemite. I swear to God, because my family still lives in Northern California, and they still go to Yosemite, and I think I just talk to them saying they're going to Yosemite. I don't. Is it really Yosemite?
See, now we said it so many times, I don't even know which one's right.
I wonder if it's Yosemite, because I went there every summer.
Erica, say it real fast. What is it?
Yosemite.
She said it Yosemite.
You put an A.
She said Yosemite.
I put an A in everything. I'm from Chicago. You know that.
I'm probably
DBL
wrong,
Nation will let me know real quick. Okay,
Yeah, they will.
guys,
Yeah.
let me have it. Coming up on DBL, we catch up with Selling Sunset fan favorite Christine Quinn. She's telling us all about playing the villain and teases us about an exciting new project. And later, love after lockup relationship advisor Dr. Ish. Why are people marrying inmates, and is dating criminals worth all the trouble? Stay with us for that.
Welcome back to DBL. From selling multi-million-dollar homes to her over-the-top fashion, Christine Quinn has quickly become the villain everyone loves to hate on the hit Netflix series Selling Sunset. Tori and I caught up with her earlier in this encore DBL Spotlight.
I am ready to dominate the market. But I'm not gonna lie, they say there's too many cooks in the kitchen. There's too many in this office.
Christine Quinn, thank you so much for coming on Daily Blast Live. Everyone, including Jeff and myself, is binging Selling Sunset, including us, as I said. We are
We're all in.
obsessed, okay? It's the perfect dose of real estate and reality TV. On the show, you're portrayed perhaps as the quote-unquote villain, some people would say, but people still love you. How do you feel about that?
I love being a villain. I mean, I really, really embrace it. And at the end of the day, you know, villains do have hearts too. This is a make or break deal. We're talking about $1 million commission here.
We see you and your colleagues at the Oppenheim Group sell these beautiful multi-million-dollar homes. You guys make it look so easy. First of all, what's the hardest part of your job, and how did you even get into real estate?
I got into real estate because I was actually doing acting, and I got really, really tired of getting the same role over and over. So I thought, wouldn't it be great to, you know, have a job where I can kind of, you know, create my own destiny and work when I want. I love it and I wouldn't look back. And I would say the hardest part of it is dealing with clients, you know, clients that aren't realistic, clients that really don't want to sell their home, or clients that want a certain price. So it's a little difficult. It's always, you know, Bobby Fishering, as I would say, with my clients, because That's the hardest part.
Christine, I got to know, what's the role that you got cast in over and over again?
Believe it or not, it was just dumb blonde, dumb blonde, dumb blonde. And I was like, I want to be the villain.
Well, let me talk about your fashion because you are known for your iconic over-the-top outfits, and I am obsessed with the way you play with accessories in your hair. I think it is so cool. Where do you get that inspiration from, and what was your absolute favorite outfit? Obviously, the wedding is like another, I can't even.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. There wasn't a lot of hair stores or hair companies that tailored to me. So what I would do is I would go into craft shops and I would pick out really cool things, and I would pick out beads and pieces and diamonds and gems, and I would make pins out of them. And you know, there was a few times I wore like an X-Teen pin, and that was something that I made at a craft store. And for me, it was really just kind of putting this stuff together myself because I've always been really creative. And then I just kind of went with the feeling of the day.
It's awesome because you make it work with your attitude, and the crazier the style, the better. I'm not even joking, Christine. I've been out with my wife before, and I've seen someone dress crazy, and I'm like, who's that girl think she is? Christine?
I love that. Thank you.
All right, so before the show, this is crazy, Christine. You didn't even have an Instagram account. Now you have over 1 million followers, and it's still growing. What's it like to be Insta famous?
It's really interesting because I went from being what I thought loved by everyone to being hated by everyone. You know, it's really interesting. People have opinions behind computers. At the end of the day, you know, the first season, we had no drama at all. And there was nothing going on at the pool party. Like, do you think I was just randomly so drunk where I'm like, all right, here I go. I was like, listen, like, I will do what I have to do. I don't care if this person never talks to me again. I'm getting another season of the show. So, you know, that was my conscious decision that I made, and I'm glad that I did it, you know?
No dumb blonde there.
Maybe one day Tori will get some followers and she'll know what we're talking about.
My mom follows me. God, and my dad. You won't even acknowledge that. Okay, so word on the street is that everyone wants to be you for Halloween. So we need to know the ultimate how-to and how to pull off the Christine Quinn.
I actually saw this on Amazon. There was an article that was like, dressed like Christine for Halloween, and it was a black dress and a black veil, and you could just like carry around a stuffed animal swan, and I think people would get it.
I love the swans. When it snowed, by the way, I was like, this is, I love this woman.
Yeah, congratulations on all the success, but I gotta know about season 4, and are there any Christine spin-offs?
Yeah, season 4 is definitely happening. It's just a matter of when. We're not really sure because of Corona. It's really hard to film right now in Los Angeles. And a spin-off, good things are coming. That's all I can say.
Thank you so much for coming on DBL Nation. You can catch Christine on Selling Sunset. It's streaming on Netflix.
Do it.
Yes, we never agree on anything, and we agree on Christine.
She brought us together.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Welcome back to DBL. Reality TV can be a guilty pleasure. I know we all indulge now more than ever. Now, earlier, Al caught up with celebrity dating expert Dr. Ish Major to talk about his favorite guilty pleasure, love after lockup.
I'm a convict. I could go back to prison.
Now, before we get to our shared guilty pleasure of love after lockup, tell me, because me and my girl, we watch the show all the time, we do ask this question: why do people fall in love with men and women who end up in prison and who have a criminal record?
Oh, Al, come on, man. It's the ultimate bad boy, bad girl fantasy, right? Can I get them? Can I cage them? Can I control them? Can I do the thing that nobody else could? Yeah, I know they have lied to other people. I know they've cheated and tricked other people. But if they don't do it to me, then that makes me special.
Makes sense. Now, can you explain how sex and intimacy plays a distinct role in these relationships with former inmates?
Well, it does, right? Because there's this thing that physically, logistically, we can't really do it. Right. We've got our visitation days, but otherwise that tension builds, right? So there's that anticipation. There's like, sometimes, Al, the kiss that you have in your mind is 10 times more powerful than the kiss you actually have in real life, right? That imagination plays wonders when it comes to that. So there's that anticipation in moving on. Now, the other thing that they also do well is they talk about needs and more. They make it very clear why I need you and why I want you here with me.
Man, that first of all, this is why we love having you on the show. You keep it real. So I'm going to ask you this question. Is it possible in your mind to have a healthy relationship with someone that has a history of being in trouble with the law?
And we all deserve second chances, right? We can be rehabilitated to life, and so that is no different, right? And so, but the key here is, right? Life outside is very different from life inside, and so they didn't go in because they did life well. So you got to be very patient and give them the space to grow into that person you need to be. Because out here, there's always that undercurrent is, hey, you know what? I stayed with you while you were in there. I held you down. I kept money on your commissary card, and now you owe me big time.
There's always that dynamic. And you can tell when they get out, they want to go party, and the people they've been talking to are like, hey, let's sit on the couch. And they're like, I've been in jail for 3 years. I'm about to go kick it for a couple hours. As the relationship advisor for Love After Lockup, what challenges are the couples facing now that it's back?
There's life skills that have to be learned. There's like you said, I've been locked up for years. I just kind of want to go kick it for a couple of hours. Do we have to get married today? We got one couple, John and Christiana, they literally got married the day they met. He put a chapel up in the back of his pickup truck.
She said yes, but Christiana does not know that the big day is upon us and that right now we are heading to my mobile wedding chapel in the back of my truck.
And they got it done.
Me and my girl laughed at that episode for so long just because, I don't know if you remember the guy that set the chapel up when she was late getting to the halfway house. She goes, how much time is it going to take? He goes, we're going to be 30 minutes late if we do 85. I will never forget that. So this show has given me so much. I love this show, and I love that you're the relationship advisor because you are going to keep it real on what I consider the most real reality show on TV. Thank you, Dr. Ish, for joining us on DBL. Check out the return of Love After Lockup tonight on WeTV. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to DBL. So we know 2020 was a huge bust, but what are you guys looking forward to in 2021, Jeff?
Health, of course. Challenging myself, challenging you guys.
Ooh, Erica?
Hugs and winning.
Yeah, and health. I want the vaccine to come out and we get back to normal. DBL's new every day. We'll see you tomorrow. Happy New Year, everybody.